Lieutenant. An officer in the army, navy, or police. Lining. The material inside clothes, bags, or containers. Limp. A way of walking with difficulty because one leg hurts. Liter. A unit for measuring liquid. Liner. A large ship or airplane that carries passengers. Literacy. The ability to read and write. Literate. A person who can read and write. Locker. A small cupboard for storing things. Livestock. Farm animals kept for use or profit. Lodge. A small house or cabin, often in the country. Lizard. A small reptile with a long body and tail. Logo. A symbol or design for a company or group. Longevity. A long life or long time of lasting. Longitude. A line or measurement showing east-west position on Earth. Lotion. A smooth liquid put on the skin. Lottery. A game where people buy tickets to win a prize by chance. Lotus. A water plant with large leaves and beautiful flowers. Loudspeaker. A device that makes sound louder. Lullaby. A soft song sung to help a baby sleep. Lure. Something used to attract a person or animal. Ma'am. A polite way to speak to a woman. Madam. A polite word for a woman. Maiden. A young unmarried woman. Mainland. The main large land area, not an island. Majesty. Great beauty, power, or royal dignity. Manuscript. A written or typed copy of a book or paper. Maple. A tree with broad leaves and sweet sap. Marvel. Something that causes wonder or surprise. Mastery. Great skill or knowledge in something. Meditation. Quiet thinking or focus to calm the mind. Melancholy. A deep, quiet sadness. Mentality. A way of thinking. Merchandise. Goods that are bought or sold. Mermaid. An imaginary sea creature with a woman's body and a fish's tail. Migrant. A person or animal that moves from one place to another. Mimic. A person or animal that copies sounds or actions. Mistress. A woman who is in charge of a house, school, or animal. Modernization. The process of making something newer or more up-to-date. Momentum. The force that keeps something moving forward. Monarch. A king or queen who rules a country. Monotony. A boring sameness that does not change. Morale. The confidence and spirit of a person or group. Mortal. A human being who will one day die. Motherhood. The state or experience of being a mother. Motto. A short sentence that shows a belief or goal. Mound. A small raised pile of earth or other material. Muse. A person or thing that gives creative ideas. Mustache. Hair that grows above a person's upper lip. Mute. A person who cannot speak. Nag. A person who often complains or gives reminders. Narrator. A person who tells a story. Nationalism. Strong love and pride for one's country. Navigation. The act of finding the way to a place. Nickel. A silver-colored coin worth 5 cents in the US. Nostril. One of the 2 openings of the nose. Notable. An important or famous person. Nourishment. Food that helps living things grow and stay healthy. Novice. A person who is new at something. Nucleus. The central part of a cell or atom. Nude. A person without clothes, often in art. Nurture. Care and support that helps someone or something grow. Oasis. A place with water and plants in a desert. Oath. A serious promise. Oatmeal. A soft food made from oats. Occurrence. Something that happens. Octopus. A sea animal with 8 arms. Odor. A smell, especially a strong one. Offspring. A person's or animal's child or young. Oppression. Unfair and cruel control over people. Ordeal. A very difficult or painful experience. Orderly. A person who helps in a hospital. Organizer. A person or thing that keeps things in order. Orient. The eastern part of the world, especially Asia. Oriental. A style or object from East Asia. Ornament. A small object used for decoration. Orphanage. A home for children without parents to care for them. Ounce. A small unit of weight. Outbreak. A sudden start or spread of something harmful. Outing. A short trip for fun. Outlaw. A person who breaks the law and hides from police. Outlook. A way of thinking about life or the future. Outrage. Strong anger about something unfair or wrong. Outset. The beginning of something. Outskirts. The outer parts of a town or city. Overflow. Extra liquid or things that spill over the edge. Overlap. A part where 2 things cover each other. Overwork. Too much work that makes someone tired. Oyster. A sea animal with a hard shell. Ozone. A gas in the air that helps protect Earth. Packet. A small package or envelope. Paddle. A short pole with a wide flat end used to move a boat. Paperback. A book with a soft paper cover. Paradox. Something that seems impossible but may be true. Parliament. A group of people who make laws for a country. Pastime. An activity people do for fun. Patriot. A person who loves and supports their country. Peacock. A male bird with bright, colorful tail feathers. Pebble. A small smooth stone. Peak. A quick look. Peninsula. Land almost surrounded by water. Perch. A place where a bird sits or rests. Peril. Great danger. Persistence. The act of trying again and again. Petrol. Liquid fuel used in cars. Petroleum. Oil found underground and used to make fuel. Pharmacist. A person who prepares and gives medicine. Pharmacy. A shop or place where medicine is sold. Pianist. A person who plays the piano. Pickpocket. A person who steals from people's pockets or bags. Pilgrim. A person who travels to a holy place. Pimple. A small red spot on the skin. Pinch. A small amount held between fingers. Plague. A serious disease that spreads quickly. Plantation. A large farm where crops are grown. Playwright. A person who writes plays. Plow. A tool or machine used to turn over soil. Pneumonia. A serious illness that affects the lungs. Pony. A small horse. Porter. A person who carries bags or goods for others. Posture. The way someone holds their body. Poultry. Birds kept on a farm for eggs or meat. Precedent. An earlier example used as a guide. Precision. Careful exactness or accuracy. Predecessor. A person or thing that came before another. Premiere. The first public showing of a movie, play, or show. Prestige. Respect and admiration because of success or quality. Preventive. Something used to stop a problem before it happens. Preview. An early look at something before it is fully shown. Probe. A careful search or investigation. Procession. A line of people or vehicles moving together. Proficiency. Skill or ability in doing something well. Prohibition. A rule or law that does not allow something. Prose. Ordinary written language, not poetry. Prototype. The first model of something new. Proverb. A short wise saying. Provincial. A person from a province or small region. Psychiatry. The study and treatment of mental illness. Psychotherapy. Treatment by talking with a trained therapist. Puff. A small breath or cloud of air, smoke, or steam. Purity. The state of being clean or not mixed with anything else. Quake. A shaking of the ground. Qualification. A skill, degree or experience needed for something. Radiant. A person or thing that shines brightly. Radish. A small red or white root vegetable. Radius. A straight line from the center of a circle to its edge. Rap. A type of music with spoken words and a strong beat. Rash. A red, itchy area on the skin. Realization. The moment of understanding something clearly. Redundancy. Something extra that is not needed. Reef. A line of rocks or coral under the sea. Referee. A person who makes sure players follow the rules in a game. Referendum. A public vote on an important question. Refinement. A small improvement that makes something better. Refreshment. A light snack or drink. Refreshments. Drinks and small foods served at an event. Reign. The time when a king or queen rules. Relay. A race or system where people take turns passing something on. Reliance. The act of depending on someone or something. Relic. An old object from the past. Remainder. The part that is left after the rest is gone. Reptile. An animal with dry skin that usually lays eggs. Resentment. A feeling of anger because something seems unfair. Restoration. The act of fixing something old or damaged. Restraint. Control over feelings or actions. Retort. A quick, sharp reply. Revelation. A surprising new fact or discovery. Revival. The act of bringing something back to life or use. Revolt. A fight or protest against authority. Ripple. A small wave on the surface of water. Rivalry. Competition between people or groups. Roam. The act of moving around without a fixed path. Rotation. The act of turning around a center point. Royalty. Kings, queens, and their families. Rubbish. Waste material or things people throw away. Salute. A formal sign of respect, often with the hand. Sanitation. The keeping of places clean and healthy. Savage. A cruel or violent person. Scorn. Strong dislike or disrespect. Scrape. A small injury or mark from rubbing against something rough. Screwdriver. A tool used to turn screws. Scroll. A long roll of paper with writing on it. Scrutiny. careful and close examination. Sculptor. A person who makes statues or shapes art from hard material. Seagull. A white or grey bird often seen near the sea. Sergeant. A military or police officer below a lieutenant. Sermon. A religious talk given to a group of people. Serving. An amount of food for one person. Setback. A problem that slows progress. Shaver. A tool used to remove hair from the face or body. Shortcoming. A weakness or fault. Shred. A very small thin piece of something. Shriek. A loud, high cry. Shrub. A small bushy plant. Shutter. A cover for a window or camera lens. Simplicity. The quality of being easy or not complicated. Skim. A quick reading or look over something. Slang. Informal words used in everyday speech. Slash. A long cut or mark. Slaughter. The killing of many animals or people. Slum. A poor, crowded part of a city. Slump. A sudden fall or drop in amount, value, or activity. Sneakers. Soft shoes worn for sports or everyday use. Sneeze. A sudden burst of air from the nose and mouth. Snore. A loud breathing sound made while sleeping. Socialism. A system where the community or government owns and shares important resources. Socialist. A person who supports socialism. Sociology. The study of people and society. Solidarity. Unity and support among people with the same goal. Solitary. A person or thing that is alone. Solitude. The state of being alone, often peacefully. Sovereign. A king, queen, or ruler with the highest power. Span. The full length or distance between 2 points. Sparrow. A small brown or grey bird. Spectacle. An impressive or unusual sight. Spiral. A curved shape that winds around a center. Splendor. Great beauty, brightness, or impressiveness. Spokeswoman. A woman who speaks for a group or organization. Sportsman. A man who plays sports, especially fairly and skillfully. Sportsmanship. Fair and respectful behavior in sports. Sportswoman. A woman who plays sports, especially fairly and skillfully. Spotlight. A strong light that shines on one person or thing. Spur. A sharp metal tool worn on a rider's boot to guide a horse. Stagger. An unsteady way of walking or moving. Staple. A small piece of bent metal used to hold papers together. Starvation. Suffering or death from lack of food. Statesman. A wise and respected political leader. Stationery. Paper, envelopes, and other writing materials. Stature. A person's height or level of respect. Statute. A written law made by a government. Stepchild. A child of one's husband or wife from an earlier relationship. Stepfather. The husband of one's parent, not one's birth father. Stepmother. The wife of one's parent, not one's birth mother. Stimulation. Something that makes the mind or body more active. Strait. A narrow passage of water between 2 pieces of land. Stray. An animal without a home or owner. Stride. A long step while walking. Stroll. A slow, relaxed walk. Stutter. A speech problem where sounds are repeated or stuck. Subjective. A personal opinion or view. Subordinate. A person with a lower position or rank. Subscription. A payment to receive something regularly. Succession. A series of people or things following one after another. Suitcase. A bag used for carrying clothes when traveling. Superintendent. A person who manages a building, school, or organization. Superiority. The state of being better or higher than others. Supplement. Something added to make something complete or better. Suppress. The act of stopping or holding something back. Surge. A sudden strong rise or movement. Surname. A family name shared by relatives. Suspense. A feeling of excited worry about what will happen next. Suspension. The act of stopping something for a time. Swamp. Wet, soft land with many plants. Swarm. A large group of insects or animals moving together. Symmetry. A balanced shape with matching sides. Symphony. A long piece of music for an orchestra. Synonym. A word with the same or nearly the same meaning as another word. Synthetic. Something made by people, not found naturally. Syrup. A thick, sweet liquid. Tan. A light brown color of skin from the sun. Telecommunications. The sending of information by phone, radio, internet, or TV. Teller. A bank worker who helps customers with money. Tempo. The speed of music or movement. Tenant. A person who rents a room, house, or apartment. Terrace. A flat outdoor area beside a building or on a slope. Textile. Cloth or woven material. Thermometer. A tool used to measure temperature. Tilt. A slant or leaning position. Tiptoe. The front part of the foot used when walking quietly. Token. A small object used as a sign, proof, or payment. Tornado. A strong spinning storm shaped like a funnel. Torrent. A strong, fast flow of water or words. Trademark. A name, sign, or symbol used by a company for its product. Transcript. A written record of spoken words or school grades. Transplant. An operation or act of moving an organ, plant, or thing to another place. Treasury. A place or department that keeps money or valuable things. Trek. A long, difficult journey, often on foot. Trifle. Something small or not very important. Trillion. The number 1 trillion. Tropic. A hot region of Earth near the equator. Trout. A freshwater fish often found in rivers and lakes. Trustee. A person who manages money or property for others. Tuck. A folded or hidden part of cloth. Turmoil. A state of great confusion or trouble. Twilight. The soft light in the sky just before night or after sunrise. Twinkle. A small, quick flash of light. Underestimate. A guess that is too low. Underpass. A road or path that goes under another road or railway. Unification. The act of joining separate parts into one. Upright. A vertical position, not leaning or lying down. Uprising. A protest or fight against a government or leader. Urgency. The need to do something quickly. Usher. A person who shows people where to sit. Utensil. A tool used for cooking or eating. Vaccine. A medicine that helps protect against disease. Vanilla. A sweet flavor from a plant, often used in desserts. Vanity. Too much pride in one's own looks or abilities. Vapor. Tiny drops or gas in the air like steam. Veil. A thin cloth worn over the face or head. Velvet. A soft, smooth cloth. Vet. An animal doctor. Veterinarian. An animal doctor. Veto. The power to say no to a law or decision. Vibration. A quick shaking movement. Vice. Bad or immoral behavior or habit. Victor. A person who wins a fight, game, or contest. Vigor. Strength, energy, and health. Villa. A large comfortable house, often used for holidays. Villain. A bad character in a story or movie. Vine. A plant with long stems that climb or trail. Vineyard. A field where grapes are grown. Violinist. A person who plays the violin. Virgin. A person who has never had sex. Vitality. Energy, strength, and liveliness. Vocation. A job or life work someone feels called to do. Vowel. A speech sound or letter like A, E, I, O, or U. Wag. A quick side-to-side movement. Walnut. A hard-shelled nut from a walnut tree. Ward. A room or area in a hospital for patients. Wardrobe. A tall cupboard for keeping clothes. Warrant. An official paper that gives permission for an action. Warranty. A promise to repair or replace something if it breaks. Wharf. A platform beside water where ships load and unload. Whiskey. A strong alcoholic drink made from grain. Whiskey. A strong alcoholic drink made from grain, often spelled this way in Scotland. Wholesale. The selling of goods in large amounts, usually to stores. Widow. A woman whose husband has died. Widower. A man whose wife has died. Woe. Great sadness or trouble. Woodpecker. A bird that pecks holes in trees with its beak. Workforce. All the people who work for a company or country. Wholesale. The selling of goods in large amounts, usually to stores. Widow. A woman whose husband has died. Widower. A man whose wife has died. Woe. Great sadness or trouble. Woodpecker. A bird that pecks holes in trees with its beak. Workforce. All the people who work for a company or country.